Hello Saz, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction video to my class's final performance after learning the chords just like Kevin for 6 weeks. This is a tutorial that I have on my YouTube channel on my Buy Me a Coffee page already, and it's something that my class have been working on in depth over the last 6 weeks too. You can also check out their progress. I've got a nice little progress video of them from start to finish, from week 1 to week 6. It's mostly a kind of analysis from my point of view, but you do see snippets of the class performing along the way as well. With this video, what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at a few different aspects of the performance. So we're going to have a look at the chords. How do the group play the chords? Are the chords nice and smooth? Are the transitions nice? The rhythm. How is the rhythm? How is the strumming? How is the timing? Is it in time? Are people slightly out? The dynamics, loud parts, soft parts, everything in between. Does it gradually get louder, gradually get softer? All of these different things also. Confidence as well. Confidence is one I like to bring in because I think it really comes across when people are a bit shy and timid. I think that really comes across in their playing. When you're feeling confident, that does come through when you're playing the ukulele as well. Something else is memorisation. Now for this one there was quite a lot of different elements to it, but I do think for the most part the group had this down, so we'll see in the video. And then we'll have a little look at the next step. So what is the group going to work on a little bit more for the next time? So why did I choose Just Like Kevin by The Cure? I actually kind of stumbled into this song, and the reason being, I love this song anyway, and I'd been listening to it a lot. I'd had it out and had it on when I was out for walks and things, and I was, oh, this riff's really cool to play. And then when I started playing it, I realised this is actually a really good song to teach a finger a fret. It used the A major scale, and I did realise that we needed the low G ukulele for this as well, because otherwise the riff kind of went off in the opposite direction. But I really liked the riff. I really liked the chords. A lot of people shy away from the E chord, so I really wanted to do something where we could adapt that E chord, and because this song's quite spacey and dreamy, I used the E sus4 chord, which then led us into using other twinkly chords as well, with the D and the B minor, as well as the F sharp minor and G. So it was a nice way to explore the key of A major without being stuck trying to play the big clunky bar chords that I know so many people struggle with. And because the song is quite a dreamy song, I actually thought it was a really cool way to explore some kind of twinkly different chord voicings as well. So it was actually really fun. We had a great time in the 6 weeks as well. At least I think everyone had a great time anyway. But anyway, will we start watching the performance? I am very excited for this. Okay, so we ready? 1, 2, 10 seconds in, so that I'm actually coming into the room. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. They're quite a chirpy class, so they are. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Good changes so far. So far so good with the chord changes. They're nice and smooth. I don't know if you can hear the chords that change on the and then we're bringing in the riff. It's sounding good so far. Okay, a couple of wee notes here and there that you can slightly hear. We can ignore my singing in this. This is just to accompany them. You can hear the different chord changes coming in, which is nice. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Let's see how they go back into the riff now. Definitely quite quiet there, maybe a wee bit shy, The timing of the riff is actually quite nice. Just probably could be tightened up a little bit. This was only a couple of weeks that we spent time on this, so really good stuff. Yeah, the timing's really nice. Yeah, it's so dreamy. I just think this sounds so nice on the ukulele. Right, now we're in the chorus. Really well done actually. Let's see if we can hear that high lift to the D. Now. Wee bit of hesitation, but that was good. What I love about this is that the strumming actually all sounds like one big ukulele. Their timing is really nice with this chord progression. We spent a lot of time on this, so really good work with this riff. We were actually a few people down. I don't know if it's because they knew they were being recorded in the final night. No, I'm joking, a couple of them were on holiday. We would have had a bit more sound. Brilliant with the riff. There we go. That was a bit better, that one, wasn't it? Well, same here, it was a bit better, that one. That was really good. So, yeah, that was awesome. I got really giddy with this song because it was so nice hearing it being brought to life, especially because it came from nowhere. A lot of the class also did not really know this song, so I actually thought that was a good thing because it meant everyone was getting it from scratch. We were getting a fresh perspective. We got to just have a bit of fun focusing on the chords, and we didn't actually start putting this all together until week 5. We done each little element and worked on each little element separately. So it was really nice when this all started to come together, and I think the class really felt their progress with it as well, so that was awesome. So let's get down to the analysis now. Okay, so let's break things down. Let's have a look first at the chords. So the chords of the song, you can't really see so much in the video. I did deliberately take it from behind because I didn't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. But generally speaking, I was really happy with the chords. We spent a lot of time on the chords and getting used to the different shapes. For this song we used A, E sus4, B minor and D, and I think most of us were playing it up there. Some people were playing B minor and D, which gave us a few more notes as well that we were kind of playing around with, so it just added a little bit of depth. Chords were brilliant. We also had an F sharp minor and G in there as well. We did make a few changes. I made sure that everybody in the chorus was playing the same versions of F sharp minor and G. And then when we got to that D part for the chorus, it was 2 lower Ds and then 2 higher Ds, so that sounded really nice too. So no, actually I don't really have anything constructive to say about the chords, just it's really building the muscle memory, but we really drilled that the first couple of weeks. So the next thing's rhythm. So with the rhythm really took a little bit of time to get going because 2 of the chord changes in the main progression come on the 4 and, you have to really make sure everyone lands that at the same time because otherwise it just ends up sounding a bit messy and it doesn't flow as nicely. But actually the class done a really good job of this. We did build it up step by step, and again we drilled it. We spent so much time in the chords at the beginning, and then we spent a lot of time just on the rhythm. We had a whole week on that, and the whole lesson was just gradually building up that rhythm pattern for that verse. And it's really paid off because the changes and the timing of the changes was really nice. Yeah, I would say we probably still need to spend a little bit more time on the rhythm and just getting everyone a little bit more confident and comfortable with it. I think sometimes there's still a bit of hesitation, and that is understandable, and I think that just comes with the more practice, the more comfortable and confident you become, so you're not as inclined to hesitate as much. Dynamics. So dynamics, we weren't really massively focused on the dynamics of this song. It was mostly focused on the chords, and this chord is quite a nice, light and airy feel, so the whole kind of flow of the song was the same. There wasn't too many bits where it climbed, there weren't too many bits where it dropped. That kind of had a nice steady flow throughout, and actually the chords done a lot of the dynamics, so we had some chords that were maybe a bit deeper sounding and some that are a little bit brighter sounding. That was quite nice. Confidence. So I would actually say, if I'm being particularly fussy, I would say there's maybe still a lack of confidence jumping between chords and the picking. And that is quite tricky because you want to make sure you get that first note sounding nice and bright, whereas I could hear a bit of hesitation there jumping between the sections. But overall, I do think because we had spent so much time on this, repeating, there was quite a good element of confidence there. You can hear that with some of the riffs. Some people just totally had that down. So I was really happy to hear that. The memorisation side of things, well, because this song used the same chord progression throughout, I think most people were very comfortable. What a lot of people weren't as comfortable with was the structure of the song, and that's just purely because a lot of people didn't know the song very well before, or they had heard it before but weren't extremely familiar, so people had to listen to it. Because of that, I would remind them of what the structure was. But what was really cool was the whole class knew exactly how to play each part. They didn't actually need to look at the board apart from looking at the structure. The riff was memorised, the chord shapes were memorised. They just needed a little bit of direction on what part of the song was coming next. So that's my feedback on that. Finally, the next steps. So next steps for this song, maybe I would say adding a little bit more dynamics. We probably ran out of time to focus on dynamics just because we did spend so much time on the chords and on the rhythm. And I would also say maybe spending a little bit more time experimenting with the chords now that we've got those shapes and we've got a couple of different variations, maybe trying to use them a little bit smarter, like maybe all playing the lower versions at the same time, all playing the higher versions at the same time, or having more of a mixture. But I'll be honest, overall, I thought this sounded really, really nice. I was really happy with this. Now, bear in mind, they only actually played this through together in week 5 and in week 6. So they've not had a huge amount of practice to really tighten this up. So actually, I would say the next steps are getting really in that rehearsal phase and just really playing it over and over again until it sounds really nice. And then eventually it's performance ready, where ideally we don't make mistakes or trip up. So it's really just the kind of tightening things, the finer details now, that I would say the next steps are. Really enjoyed this song. It was just such a joy to teach. The class are a joy. I love how inquisitive they are. They ask me so many questions. We do go off on tangents sometimes. But it's becoming a really fun class. So yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the reaction. You can watch just the video on its own. I'll put a wee video on that too, a YouTube video for that as well. And you can see a little bit more of the journey as well on my YouTube channel, so don't forget to check that out too. If you do like my lesson materials and things, you can check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. You can get all of my lesson materials. I also do an online monthly group class where we'll break down a song followed by a Q&A. Thank you so much, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you the next time.